Brett Wood and I'm a landscape photographer from Australia. I specialise in landscape photography workshops to New Zealand and Australia. You can check out more of my landscape workshops down here on my website. Today I'm going to talk to you about the Summit Creative Photographers backpacks. So I've got a couple of backpacks here. I'm in my gallery and I'll get the backpacks up here and I'm just going to talk you through them now. This is not an in-depth technical review. It's more of a what I would, I guess, call a practical review on the Summit Creative camera backpacks. So let's get started. Okay guys, so there's 4 colours in the Summit Creative backpacks. This one's black, this one's orange, this one's blue, and there's one more colour that I don't have here, which is the green. There's also 2 styles of these bags. There's what's called a roll top, and I'll get further into that shortly. There's a roll top and there's a zip top. Okay, so there's 4 sizes in the zip top bags and there's 3 sizes in the roll top bags. They're the colours and they're the different bags. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to move some of these bags out of the way. This is actually my bag, which is a 40-litre roll top bag. And this is Lisa's bag, which is a 35-litre zip top bag. Now, one more thing I'll just quickly explain. The easiest way to work this out is that all of these bags are exactly the same in terms of the difference between the roll top and the zip top. So for example, the 30-litre roll top is the same as a 25-litre zip top. 35-litre zip top is the same as the 40-litre roll top. So whatever the zip top bag is, you add 5 litres and you have the roll top. So the internal bag itself is exactly the same. The difference is the 5 litres on the roll top. And I'll get further into that in a moment. So I hope that makes sense. You add 5 litres to the zip top bag and that gives you the equivalent roll top bag. You have that extra 5 litres of storage on top, which unrolls on top of the roll top bag. Okay, so Lisa and I have both had our bags now for probably about 2 to 3 months. Summit Creative Australia sent us out these bags a while ago before they were actually released on the Australian market. So we've had a chance now to test the bags pretty well. We've done a few photography workshops. We recently did 2 workshops in Europe. So we did lots of air travel, lots of hiking, all that sort of thing. So we got an opportunity to give the bags a really good test. Even got to test my bag out when I was in Italy in the Dolomites in a hailstorm. So I copped quite a bit of hail on the bag. So what I can say is we've had the bags long enough now to give them a good run, a good test. As I said, a couple of workshops, and we've also done a bit of our own seascape photography around the local area and a few hikes and things like that. So I think we're well qualified now to have a handle on the bags and be able to talk you through it. So what I want to talk about, as I said, mine's a 40-litre roll top and Lisa's is the 35-litre zip top. Now, I'll get the camera up a bit closer here and I'm just going to explain to you what the roll top does as opposed to the zip top. Okay, so this is the 40-litre roll top bag and this is the 35-litre zip top bag. As I've already said, exactly the same bag. If you look at them both here now, they look identical. The difference, the bag itself is completely identical. This roll top is the only difference. So what happens, this one's just got a zipper on the top. you can unzip that and access the top of the bag. There's a little storage compartment at the top there. The roll top bag has a roll top, so we undo that. This rolls out. This will probably hide my face, and opens up. And you've got a zipper on there which opens up, and inside of there you've got another 5 litres of storage. Now there'll be some more videos, some more B-roll video in this video today that's going to show you the bags in a bit more detail, but I personally like the idea of this because you can roll this top out and you've got an extra 5 litres of storage. I personally like that because I often take many different things with me when I'm out hiking on workshops. For example, I've already had 2 jackets in here, a warm puffer jacket and a rain jacket, and I've also put snacks in there, carried some snacks, and also some extra drinks and so forth for some of the clients on a photography workshop. So the 5 litres is actually a lot of storage. You can fit quite a bit of stuff in there. What's actually in there at the moment is only a rain cover for the whole bag, and all the bags come with a rain cover as well. I don't know if I need to get that out and show you. You can check it out on the website. Most camera bags have a rain cover. I'll put Lisa's bag down. I'm going to get my bag on the table here and just talk you through the bag. I'm not going to give you a detailed review as far as specs, sizes, all that sort of thing. I'll just tell you, you can find all that on the website, but the 40 litre bag is 58 centimetres by 33 centimetres, and it's got a depth of 22 centimetres, and it weighs about 2.5 kilos empty. The 35 litre zip top is 54 centimetres by 33 by 32. So exactly the same specs, except it's 4 centimetres shorter in height. Otherwise exactly the same. Weight wise, there's 5 grams difference between the 2 bags, which is nothing. All right, I'll put the zip top away, I'll get my bag, I'll talk you through the bag. As I said, I'm not going to make this a technical review. I'm going to talk about this more from a practical point of view for me as a photographer and how the bag works for me. Okay, so what I did today is I wrote a few notes on my phone here, and I thought this was probably the best way to approach the review of the camera bag. So I wrote down here what's important to me in a camera backpack. And for me, that's how I'd personally choose a camera backpack. And I actually also asked Lisa the same questions. So these are the things that are important to me in a camera backpack, and these backpacks tick all these boxes. So first thing for me, it has to fit in the overhead locker of an aeroplane. We obviously travel a lot, doing workshops around the world, mainly travelling to New Zealand a lot. So the bag's got to fit in the overhead locker of the aeroplane. It does that, so that box is ticked. Second thing, it needs to hold all my photography gear, which I'll show you in a minute. I've got 1 camera body, 3 lenses, a bunch of filters, some filming gear, some microphones, some cloths, just all sorts of little bits and bobs that I keep in my camera bag, and it holds all my gear. The next thing for me, what's important, it needs to have a good design and build quality. I'm not a person to buy cheap quality products. I just don't rate them. I'm always going for what I would consider to be the higher end premium products in everything I do for photography. So for me, the build quality, the actual quality of the way the thing's put together is very good. I've seen cheaper bags and you can tell they're cheaper bags. So where does this bag fit into the market? I would say it fits in at the high end of the market with the premium brands out there. I'm not going to mention other brands, but you know the brands I'm talking about. So it sort of fits into the market in the premium high end area. Next thing, it needs to fit my laptop. When we travel, we're obviously away for long periods of time. We just had a month in Europe. We're getting on a plane in a couple of days to have a month in New Zealand. So I'm always carrying my laptop with me. I've got a 16-inch Apple MacBook Pro. It's not in the case at the moment, I'm just showing you the case. But that's the case it fits in, and that fits, a 16-inch MacBook fits in this bag. It actually goes in this zipper on the outside here. I'm not going to stick it in there, but I can tell you that it definitely fits. So that's another thing that's really important for me. I don't leave the laptop in there all the time, only when I'm travelling from transiting to a location. And the next thing, it needs to have good storage pockets for all your bits and pieces. And once again, we'll show you inside the bag in a minute. It's certainly got that. It's got little pockets all over the place, pockets on the outsides. This piece on the front where the laptop goes also is extendable, comes out more. There's more storage pockets inside there, and then there's plenty of storage in the top. And on the zip top bag, there's a few extra pockets on it as well. There is one other feature that probably isn't really that important to me personally, but I think is a really good feature of the bag, is that it has a zipper on the side. The side of the bag, you can actually open up the side of the bag and pull your camera out from the side. Now, I don't have my bag laid out to do that because I don't really care about that, but it is a good feature if you like to have access to pull your camera out from the side. Next thing, it needs that one thing, well, all these things are important to me at least. It needs to have good back and waist support and be comfortable for hiking. And you'll understand what I'm talking about there if you do a couple of kilometre hike with a camera bag on your back that's full of gear. They're not light when you've got a camera bag full of equipment. It needs to be comfortable. So it's got extremely good back support, particularly in the lower back. As I said, I'm not going to get into all the technical stuff. You can look that up on the website. But it's got good lower back support. It also comes, now I'm going to lay the bag down now. It also comes with a waist belt or a waist strap here. Now this thing is actually removable. You can just pull this out. It's velcroed in. I don't want to pull it out because I've got it in the right position, but it pulls out if you don't want to use it. But it's great to have, and again you'll see this in some of the other videos, clips in this review today. The waist belt is a very sturdy one, and when you're carrying a pack on a hike, a waist belt's really important. So that's another thing that another couple of boxes ticked. The next thing, which was really important to me actually, is the zippers. Now, I've had a lot of camera bags over the years, and the zippers are almost always the first thing that fails. If you have a close look at these zippers next to my hand, they're big, heavy duty, YKK is the brand. They're good quality zippers, and the actual zip mechanism itself is quite heavy duty as well. So that's important because zippers always fail. They're always the first thing that fails, especially when you're shooting seascapes around the ocean. They get corroded from salt water and they just give up. So the zippers, very good. Waterproof, well, the bag is water resistant. When I say water resistant, when we were recently in the Dolomites in Italy, we were out in a hailstorm and it rained and it hailed and it was pretty heavy, let me tell you. And the bag held up. The bag got wet on the outside, but none of my gear on the inside got wet, so I was pretty impressed with that. And I didn't actually even put the rain cover on it. That was just the bag itself. Yes, it got wet, but everything inside was okay. So that they are water resistant. Are they waterproof? I don't know if any camera bag is waterproof. Waterproof would mean that you could put it in the shower or throw it in a river or something. I'm not sure about that, but water resistant most definitely. A couple other really quick things here that I'll just quickly point out, and I have used this. It has a handle on the side here so you can sort of carry it like a suitcase, and it's also got in here an opening area where you can actually slot it over the handle of your luggage bag when you're walking through the airport. Mightn't mean a lot to some people, but it's another thing that's important to me. You can just put it on top of your luggage bag when you're walking through the airport. So that is another thing that I've used. Back to what's important. Zippers, okay, that's pretty much was it from me. Then I asked Lisa, well, what's important to you in a camera backpack? She said she doesn't want a bag that's too heavy, so she thinks it ticks that box. She wants a bag that's long lasting, so good quality that lasts for a long period of time. Time's only going to tell with that, but quality wise looks good, so I think they should stand the test of time. The other thing for her that was important is that she wanted a bag that was easily adaptable and easy to change the layout inside the bag itself. We're going to open the bag up in a second and show you. So it is easily adjustable, and you can change the layout inside the bag pretty easily. I changed mine only a couple of days ago, and it took about 10 minutes just to reorganise everything. And on the website as well, there's bag layout designs. There's all different ones you can look at to set it out the way that suits you. The other thing that she wanted was waterproof or weatherproof. We've already talked about that. One more thing for her was she wanted a place for a tripod on the bag. Now that again is not that important to me because I often just carry my tripod in my hand when I'm hiking or whatever. But there's a few places on this bag where you can actually fit your tripod. You can fit it on the back here. There's some straps on the back that you can fit it in one of the side pockets. There's straps on the side, on both sides of the bag. There's 3 different places on the bag that you can put your tripod. I've got one of my Explorer tripods here, and I'll just show you. It's got spikes on the bottom of this one, so I don't want to push it through the bag, but I'll just loosen this side bag off. You can just slit that in the side there and then just put the strap around there. Also goes on the back, so it's perfect for that. This is the Explorer EX Pro. So it's the second largest tripod in the Explorer range, and it fits easily on there. Okay, next I'm going to open the bag up. I'm just going to show you inside my bag and talk to you about the way I've got it laid out, and that's pretty much it. Okay guys, so I'm just going to open my bag up and show you what's inside, just to give you an idea of how much room we've got here and what we've got to work with. There is some more storage pockets here. You could even put an iPad or a small laptop in there. There's another big one in here, which you could put whatever you want in. I haven't actually got anything in there at the moment. I'll show you what's in mine. I'll take these cloths out. These are just the microfiber cloths that I use. I've always got 3 or 4 of these in my camera bag. Always use them to wipe down my gear, keep the water off when you're shooting waterfalls or seascapes or whatever. So in there I've got my Canon, and remember what camera I've got, my Canon R5. On the camera itself, I've got the 15 to 35 lens, so I have that in the back corner there. In the back pocket here, I've got a head torch and some GoPro accessories and a spare battery down in there. In the middle pocket here, I've got a 24 to 105 lens, fits in there. In this pocket here, I've got my zoom lens, which is a 100 to 500 lens. I've got a little air blower that I use for different things. Up in the back pocket here, I've got a full set of NiSi filters, filter holder, ND filters, graduated filters, all that sort of stuff. I've got another little filter down in here, which is actually a filter I often use for making video. It's a little variable NiSi variable neutral density filter. And in the back here I have a few little containers or little pouches. This one here is what I store my microphones in, which I'm using here now. And this one's just it's actually a little camera adapter bag. I just have a few odds and ends in there. So you can see there's a fair bit of room in here. I would say I'm not going to be the guy that tells you which bag to buy, because everybody keeps asking me that. It's up to you, whatever fits for you. But as I said, this is the 40 litre. A full-size camera, 3 full-size lenses and all other bits and pieces. I do have a few other little bits and pieces in some of the side pouches and a few other little bits and pieces in the roll top as well. The thing I like about the roll top, you can put things in and out. You know, if I'm going anywhere more than a few 100 metres away from the vehicle, I'll often take 2 jackets, a warm jacket and a waterproof jacket. I'll also keep in there things like my beanie and gloves and things like that in cold weather. There's plenty of room for that in the top. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. You'll see in this video some more B-roll which shows the bag out sort of at the beach in action, and that's about it. How do you buy one of these bags? That's the important thing. If you want to buy one of these bags, if you're in Australia or the USA, you can buy direct through me. You can just visit my website and I'll put a link with this video. Otherwise, you can go direct to Summit Creative Australia or Summit Creative USA. They're the guys that I work with. They support me also with the Explorer tripods and also NiSi filters as well. That's my practical review of the Summit Creative Photographer's Backpack. it's more from a practical point of view, not a technical point of view, and that's how I look at things. What do I think? I think overall it's a good product. So far we're happy with it. Like anything new, it takes a little bit of getting used to. I've relaid the interior of the bag out a couple of times now, but I'm sort of happy with where it's at. And I guess we'll see how it stands the test of time. But overall, good quality product, and don't hesitate in buying one. I hope that helps you out to make a decision on what backpack you're going to buy. And I just want to say thanks for watching. All links down below in the comments of this video, and you can go from there. Thanks a lot, guys, and hopefully we'll see you out there someday, or even see you on a workshop someday.